So as you can see, we just got off and we've arrived in Bodrum on the second day. Give you a quick tour of that and then we'll head back for lunch. So welcome to Bodrum. It's one of those Mediterranean ports where you don't really need a guided tour to have a great day. If you're visiting on a cruise, this video is going to show you exactly what you can do on your own. No excursion required. So we docked in Bodrum early in the morning on the Explora Journeys cruise, and after breakfast we took the free shuttle from the port to the edge of the marina. It's about 10 minutes away. If your ship doesn't offer one or you're travelling independently, then taxis are easy to find just outside the terminal, and once you're dropped off, everything you want to see is right there. Cafes, shops, this stunning marina, and the start of the walk up to the Ancient Theatre. The harbour is lovely, white buildings, blue water, and that unmistakable Mediterranean buzz. We stopped for a cold drink first, partly to get our bearings and partly because, well, August. Many cafes offer free Wi-Fi and most take cards, though of course a little bit of cash always helps for those small items. So from the marina we decided to walk up to the Ancient Theatre of Bodrum. It's about a 25-minute walk if you're fairly healthy and it's not August. It's mostly uphill, but it's on good footpaths and some roads. The last stretch crosses a busy dual carriageway, which you can see out here, so keep an eye out for that and be careful. Once you cross, the theatre sits on the hillside with sweeping views over the bay all the way down to Bodrum. It's free to enter, incredibly, and it's quiet and surprisingly still quite intact. Stone seating, carved details, and a sense of history without the crowds or without having to get your wallet out. It's about 20 minutes from the centre of Bodrum, up the hill, unfortunately, on a hot day. You've got the Bodrum Theatre. It's dated from about 2000 BC, but really kind of took shape about 600 BC. And we'll go have a quick look for you. See, they definitely did planning here because you've got the seats behind me, and though you can't tell from here, the view is of the entire Bodrum harbour and even the Explorer 1, which we came in on. So let's go up and check it out. And you have to, of course, go up these steps to check it out, which in 95-degree heat can take it out of you. If you do visit, make sure you bring water and a hat. There's no shade at the top. We spent about 20 minutes exploring, filming, having a look, and literally just cooling down in the breeze up there before we headed back down. And you'll be pleased to hear the walk down to town is much easier, downhill all the way. You'll pass through quieter neighbourhoods, past a couple of museums, and then end up back at the waterfront. There is a map on our website that you can check out for this. And we had a look at the shops. We stopped at Han 1771, which was a little kind of covered market tucked off one of the main shopping streets. It's a nice blend of like local crafts, clothes, a cafe in the middle if you fancy it for a break. And back near a harbour, there's plenty of souvenir stores and bakeries. Prices can be a little higher on the waterfront, but polite haggling is still common, and honestly, it's usually successful as well. So as we said, we did put a pin in this on the Google map on the website, which we've linked below. And honestly, it's well worth a visit. It's a lovely little space. And you can just grab a coffee and chill out while you wait for your shuttle bus if you're on a boat, or wait for your partner if they're off shopping. So next up, and not too far from the shopping streets, is Bodrum Castle. It's also known as the Castle of St. Peter, and it kind of dominates the skyline here in Bodrum. You can see it from when you come in on the ships, or you can see it when you come in on the ferries, and it's one of the most famous landmarks. We didn't go inside this time, mainly because we've already done our fair share of castles and ancient ruins this trip, and we weren't really up for the €23 entry either. But even from the outside, it's impressive. If you've got more time though, it's worth it, and inside you're going to also find the Museum of Underwater Archaeology, which is excellent. Which also leads us on to something that they have used at the Museum of Underwater Archaeology. So what do we all live in? Seems we all live in a bright yellow submarine. This one is called Curious 2 and it was built here in Bodrum. It was used for research and rescue work, and it's also a great photo stop. Right beside a very Instagram friendly blue door with Bodrum painted on it. And yes, I did have to stop myself from singing the obvious song. So as we said at the beginning, these guides are meant for people who are getting off cruise ships and don't want to do an excursion, or for travellers who don't have much time in the locations or in the ports. And one thing you should do before you head back to your ship or your hotel is don't miss the I Love Bodrum sign along the promenade. It's right by the marina where the shuttles depart. It's colourful, easy to find, and perfect for that last selfie. For info, we managed to do all of this in about 2.5 to 3 hours, just for your reference. And then we got back on the shuttle and we headed back to the ship. So is Bodrum worth getting off the ship for? Absolutely. It's one of those ports, easy, relaxed and rewarding, and you don't have to book a thing. We don't often take cruise excursions, mainly because they're incredibly pricey, unless it's for something properly unique. We prefer to explore on our own independently and support the local cafés and vendors. It keeps things simple, more personal, and it's a lot lighter on the wallet. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If so, please give it a like and subscribe for more DIY cruise port guides and some of the cruise ships that we've been on. Check out our next stop, Rhodes, coming up next.